And we're back, live in the place. Back, Saint LFCTV. Back at your boy Saint. Well, go on, everyone. Hope you're having a good evening and that. You get me? Got a lot to get into today. And you know what it is on this show, man. Always comes with guests, innit? And I ain't failed this time. So sit back, relax. Let's get into it. Yo, we're back on Saint LFCTV. What's going on, people? What's going on? Yo, today I'm very, very happy to have some people that we can just chat. There's a lot of mixed opinions, you know what I mean? And that's what we're here for. We're all one fan base, you know what I mean? Shout out Demo Dre, early inside. You know them ones there. Love to my guy. Shout out Demo Dre. Simple guy. I like the stream. I wait patiently for Saint, man's here. You get me? And boom, without further ado, before I even go into all of that, listen, housekeeping, all of you lot, like, if you're watching this, please subscribe, slap a like, do you know what I mean? Get in the comments, let's do all of that. I've got a few of the, one of my guests' channel in the description. Make sure you're hopping over there and you are giving him a sub and a like and watching the content. All right, boom, with no further ado, let me go to my guy, Finners, what you saying, brother?
Yes, brother. What are you saying? You been good, yeah?
I'm good. You've been here the longest, so I thought, the ones there. You know how it is, man. What's good, bro? How you been? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. Still a bit burnt after that Saturday thing, bro, where the Bobby Firmino thing. Those who follow the channel will know, but still, man's got a little trick up his sleeve for today. Still.
Yeah, I hear that. Come on, Finn. Come on. Cool. Boom. My brother. From another. What's going on, Saif?
Yo, what you say, man? It's good to be back on. It's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah, come on, man. Regular. You know them ones there. What's good? Everything all right though, yeah?
Good. Can I just say, is there anyone in this world with a better intro than Saint out here?
Hey,
I love your intro, bro. It is so sick.
You know the best thing as well is, yeah, and those of you that know StreamYard, you can just see man just bubbling, you get me? Like, I go, honestly, man, when I had James Redmond on, you should have seen him, man, was skanking. I said, yeah, bro. Shout out, do you know what I mean? Brain dead the producer for my intro, you get me? Man, them. Boom. Moving on, you got the regulars out of the way. You got 2 new debutants, do you know what I mean? And let me shout them out with no further ado. Yo, my man, Ryan, how you doing, brother? Are you good?
Yeah, man, all good, bro. Cheers for having me on, man. It's good to make my debut on this channel, innit? So, big up for having me on, bro.
No worries, bruv. Like, it's love. It's all love, bruv. And boom, no further ado, the enigmatic one, the one that is LFC Sonny. What you saying, my G? What's good?
What you lot said about that intro, man. Oh, too cold with that intro, man.
You liking that, yeah? Come on. Safe, my G. Listen, thank you ever so much. Anyone else that's liking the intro, listen, my guy's info is in the description, man. Go check out his stuff, man. Cold producer. So yeah, man, boom. Got a very eclectic mix today. Do you know what I mean? Gonna chop it up, talk about 1 or 2 things. How's everyone doing, first of all? We all right? We good?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
I like it. All right. So, firstly, yeah, let me give you lot some some feedback in it, some background, as they say in it, backstory. So firstly, shout out my guy Bits and Bobs, the wrap-up show. Make sure you go and subscribe to that and you go and like that. He's ops, but he's good people. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about that. So he had us on a little Liverpool show, which was amazing, guys. Like me, Sonny, Raiyaan was on there, and I loved it. Like and it was we were chopping it up. Bro, got to Salah.
Oh,
man. It was a madness, bruv. Like, a madness. And I even said to man, like, I'm not really a Salah fanboy like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I know his worth. Like, you know them way there. Like, I will not have certain words said about Salah. Certain words can be, do you know what I mean? But other ones cannot be. And me and Sonny come like,
I was enjoying my Thursday, then we started speaking about Salah. It went downhill from there, man. I can't believe some people don't rate him. I don't believe it.
Certain man, Like, Ria, what you saying, my G? What's going on, bro? Man, don't want to put the respect, not even respect, you know, the respect on my man's name. What you saying?
No, Vinci was criticising him as well. I won't be the only one in it.
Like I said, listen, I'm not. We can chop it up. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not a big Salah fan in terms of like he's not the type of baller that I typically like. I'm a RVP. I'm a techie baller. Do you know what I mean? Like a Thierry Henry on the wing. Like that's my kind of ball. Do you know what I mean? Bergkamp-esque. Like so. Like Salah's always like shout out to Ransom Bats. Like I said, who I got this from, and I was like,
JC's first talk.
Bruv, as soon as I heard that, I was like, that is so true. Like, he always looks like he takes his first touch. The thing I say about Salah is he hasn't got good feet, but he's quick-footed. Do you know what I mean? Like, he hasn't got a Rashford good feet, but he will move the ball in an awkward way and get to it before the defender does. And do you know what I mean? And then get out of the situation and it'll look all very awkward, but he's done it and he does it so many times that's his techers. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and that's just cool. I think I said it to Saif or Finn or say one of you, man. I said, listen, I'm be honest with you, bro. If Salah scored 10%, 12% less goals, bruv, I'll be on this. Yeah, like cool. Do you know what I mean? Like let's chop it up, whatever. But he doesn't.
Like, that's the thing, he doesn't.
You know what I'm there? Like I don't know what else to say. Like he doesn't, and he doesn't consistently. Like so. Have to put respect on his name. So yeah, that's me getting my thing out. Let's go. Obviously, I wanted to start on Salah because it's a nice little segue, obviously into what's been going around recently in his interviews, and you know, are we keeping him? And so I just wanted to just throw that out. Listen, the floor's open, man. Who wants to go?
So are you talking about what he said in the interview?
Just in terms of, all right, let's start with each person's stance on Salah, I guess. Let's start on that.
As a player or like from what he's saying?
For us, yeah, like and do you know what I mean? And where, do you know what I mean, his importance in our team. I think that's a good one because we've got certain debutants on here. Do you know what I mean? We got certain let's get out in the open and then we'll go from there. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a good way to start. So Sonny, kick it.
Raiyaan, you ain't gonna like this, yeah. But I rate Salah, believe it or not. I think if we lost Salah, we'd be going. Hang on, what'd you say? Yeah. You agreed?
Look, yeah, I mean, like, I ain't got a problem with Liverpool fans who rate Salah. Like, I understand why you do. Like,
sure.
It's an opinion that I respect. I ain't got a problem with. Like, I understand it, but for me personally, I just don't rate him. Like, I just don't. I think he's mad overrated.
We'll get to you.
With Salah, yeah, I think like FSG, in my opinion, they're a bit thick, but I don't think they're thick enough to even try get rid of Salah. I think he's our most vital player, but he just does everything different. That's why people like Raiyaan who don't rate him, and I don't want to like come at you for not rating him, but I just this guy could put a 3 out of 10 every single game. This guy's numbers, like it doesn't matter what he does on the pitch if he's putting up those numbers. Do you know what I mean? Because it's winning us stuff at the end of the day.
Are you on my bandwagon, Sonny, and say like if he wasn't putting up those numbers, even say like 20%, 10%, you'd be on like, listen, let's move him up. But the fact that he does consistently play,
we're not living in this different world, though, are we?
It is exactly that. Okay, cool. So we're on the same boat. Listen, shout out LFC Nash, shout out Ish Masters. Again, shout out Demo Dre. Finn, you getting love. Yeah, boom. Shout out my guy, Jersey Boy. We got something in the works coming. Jersey Boy, I'm an idiot. I've actually done it, and I should be emailing you that. Allow it. I'll do it straight after this. So yeah, boom. I want to come to the source later. Finn, what are you saying, my guy? Talk to me.
Literally, I can't agree with you both that have backed up Salah anymore, bruv. Like, literally, I don't think we'll be having these conversations where Liverpool will be in like title bids and competing for Champions League finals, bruv. Without Salah in the last 4 years or whatever it's been, like literally, I genuinely don't think that we'll be in these conversations. And furthering on from that, like obviously Salah, Coutinho was in the team. Bobby's been in the team for quite a few years now. But I think Salah also was a big magnet for attracting players like Alisson to come in. Obviously, Alisson's come from Roma. Obviously, Mo Salah's played for Roma.
He plays against Alisson. That's why Alisson came, man. He's like, no,
trust me,
I can't play against this guy anymore.
Trust me, he's like, listen, it's either Liverpool or I'll retire, innit? Still, but, but now for real, like. Salah's my guy, like literally ever since he's come in, like he had that wonder season at Roma. We bought him for quite a decent amount of money and he's just like proved the doubters wrong. Like remember one season wonder? One season wonder.
Bro, I got, bro, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Certain man were chatting to me like, what, 35 mil for Salah? Like, so about
I'm not having it, bro.
No, I'm telling you, like, and at the time, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, you sit. Like, I was just holding it, like, yeah, all right,
Trust
well,
me.
listen, like,
We'll see what happens, innit?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We must see something, you know, them ones there. But I was getting it, bro. I was getting it. Where the man there now, innit? You know, them ones there. But
They
yeah,
no longer exist.
Trust me. Before we go on to my brother, big up Joe K. Come on, very good intro. You know what? Like, I might have I've got a little idea because you lot are loving the intro like that. I might even shout my man because he's my dog and see if I can bring him one for the little Arsenal bit. You get me? And see what we can say. Because listen, he's an Arsenal fan. What can I say? He ain't a Liverpool man. What can I say?
That makes the intro worse now.
shout out, man, like Sonny. Still, trust me. Line up always. You know them ones. They're my guys. Saif, man, talk to me. What are you saying?
With Salah, yeah, 100% for him. Simply because you look at every situation, yeah, like in life, you look at it by its pros and cons. With Salah, the pros is firstly, yeah, the whole Middle East loves Liverpool now simply because of Mo Salah. Secondly, the guy bangs goals. Thirdly, he's quick on his feet and he brings a lot of character to the team. And fourthly, yeah, the guy doesn't stop trying hard. The thing about Salah that I love more than anything, yeah, is if you just watch him during a game, even the bad games where he's not getting his deliveries, where even we're not playing along the right side, which is his preferred side, and the ball constantly goes to Mane, yeah, Salah keeps making those runs. He pulls defenders away to create space, or he gets the ball, and then looks into the box or cuts in or whatever it is, yeah. But this guy is so good, and you've got to realize he's not like your Haaland or whatever, that he's an in and out goal scorer. He's not like Michael Owen, do you get what I mean? And he's still got him on the golden boot. And Finn has made a good point. One season wonder. It's about how about 4 season wonder, innit? Yeah. I can't see many cons to him. Obviously, people bring up the whole his relationship in the team, like the stuff that his agent did and everything. But realistically, from what I've heard and from what I understand, it's all just drama. Like, it's not real stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Like, obviously, Mane and Salah don't have to be best friends to play alongside each other on the pitch. But then it doesn't make them enemies if they're not best friends. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, like the people who've won everything, like they're not best mates, innit? So it can't happen.
Exactly. There's people like that we can pick out that weren't necessarily best mates, you know what I mean, on the pitch. But I will come back to that point because I'm here to, you know what I mean, play devil's advocate and pick up real discussions, you know what I mean. Shout out, yo, Demo, I see you, brother. Yo, shout out Demo, leader of the Nat fan club and that. We're going to address that. We're coming to that. Don't worry. I see that. Oh, I've tucked that comment. Shout out Ish Masters. How can anyone not respect Salah? His goals and numbers are levels. Demo says Salah is a legend already. Joe K says Salah getting away with a lot of criticism just because he has a decent goal tally.
Hang on. What? We can't do this. No, because if he has that goal tally, then
this is why we're here for it, though. Yeah, no, I hear that, and this is what I'm saying. Like Sonny is saying, a lot of people disrespect a goal tally. Like, yeah, he's got goals, but what, brother? Yeah. They're not like. I'm telling you, they're not easy things, bro. You know,
this is FIFA Street where he's got to do all these little skills, but they're not putting up the numbers. But Salah is.
See what I'm saying? So, all right. So going back to Saif's point, picked up on a point I want to touch on. One, I think that's a very good point. In terms of his Middle Eastern connection. To be fair, I think branding is something that we maybe overlook, and his branding is massive. Like it or not, sometimes it rubs me the wrong way, but at the end of the day, I'm just looking and I think, raw, you know what? You just got to respect it. Like it or not, he's got not necessarily Liverpool fans, but Salah fans. They like Liverpool because Salah plays for us. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how big of an impact he is. And like I said, sometimes I'm a bit like, I'm old school, innit? But do you know what I mean? That's the game so far, and we're trying to be global. Do you know what I mean? And his branding is probably something that we should definitely put more respect on. You did go back and say in terms of his work rate, and like I said, I'm just being devil's advocate. I want to go back to that because sometimes we commend, as a fan base I'm talking about, we commend Mane more than we do Salah. And I do find there's a lot of games that, and I contest to this, that like he's out of the game. I just like, what did you really do? Like, you know, them ones there. So I want to go back to his that I want to pick up on that and not just brush over it, because I don't think his work rate I think his work rate sometimes is probably the very thing that, and I don't want to put words in Rhiann's mouth, but maybe fans like Raiyaan and others criticize the most. Like, he just doesn't do enough other than score the goals, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So, do you know what I mean? I will pick up on that. And I don't know, Sonny, would you not agree that there are a few games when you're like, brother,
yeah, no, 100%. It's just the goals are just too much for me.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and that's what I say. So I just wanted to, like I said, pick up on that. So yeah, boom, Raiyaan, man, the floor is yours, my G.
Now you know what it is with him.
You see how I'm keeping it very. You see how I'm trying to keep it on my channel. I don't jump on no, you know. I try and keep it very. We're here. It's called a catch up, so we're just chilling. You know what I mean? I try to bring up good and bad, but yeah, take it away, my guy.
Cheers, man. You know what it is with Salah, right? Is that I feel like whenever I've come on other shows and said I think Salah's overrated, I want him out and stuff like that. A lot of it has been like, oh, do you want him out maybe because he's too selfish or too greedy? And that's actually not what it is. I actually don't mind his greediness, to be honest. I quite like it, to be fair. And, it's not because of even his work rate, because his work rate's all right as well. It's the fact that I like players where they're contributing over 90 minutes consistently, like you said, when he's out of the game. When Salah's not scoring, I shouldn't say this, but it's kind of like playing with 10 men, I feel, at times when he's not scoring. He's just getting the ball, miscontrolling it, giving the ball to the other team, doing bare stupidness and stuff like that. And I've been Salah out, I'd say, since October 2019.
So, come on.
A year and a half I've been Salah out. Like,
that's mad.
No, but I rate it. You know how mad I think it is, but I rate it, though. You know, like, I do, bro. I can't help it. I'm one of them guys. I'm anti-establishment. I like it, bro. That's like, fuck it. But I am like, what? Wow. Do you know the madness is the games that he had on? Like,
you know what? I kind of get where he's come from in a way. At the same time, I don't. But if we're looking at Firmino when Firmino was good, I'm kind of similar where I just want a goal scoring number 9. Firmino isn't that. That's why I get where you're coming from. And we can get
onto him in a bit if you want.
Yeah, we'll get onto Bobby in a bit.
He's a bit of a different one.
So in terms of Salah, then, with what everyone said in their positions on Salah in terms of that, right? We all agree. I get very level-headed people on my show. I don't get like absolute wasters in it. So like we in some certain regards, I'm maybe going to talk for you, but feel free to jump in and tell me to shut my mouth if I'm wrong. But to a certain degree, I think we all know that our owners are a bit like we ain't got splash the cash owners, right? So there's gonna have to be, especially on this budget model that we're on, there is gonna, let's just say, there's gonna have to be some makeshifts in order for us to get the refresh that we need. Is Salah that guy? I wanna put it out. I mean, in terms of when I put that out, obviously, let's put everything on the table. Not just the fact that it's Salah, but market rates. Do you know what I mean? Like, are we gonna get what we need in order to really change the team for, say, a Bobby Firmino, or do you know what I mean? And in terms of the options as well, what options are there really? Do you know what I mean? Like, I could name you 2 or 3 options for Salah, and then that brings us obviously nicely to his points and him and what he was saying in terms of his ambitions to maybe later on play in Spain. So that's why I'm just chucking it out there. Let's start with, are you open to the fact of maybe Salah being that makeshift? Because let's be honest, I guess he'll be the one that we'd get the most money for, innit? So what do you reckon, Sonny?
If FSG done that, I would never forgive them, because as good as we get, it might just end the next window by getting rid of our best player, and in this case, it's pretty much Salah, innit? It's more of not like replacing something that's not broken, because Salah's position in the team is nowhere near broken. Like, he's the top scorer in the Premier League. If we got rid of Salah, then we're moving like a completely different club. No big club gets rid of their best player for money. We need to think about that.
That's very true. Yeah, very, very big, good points. Raiyaan, would you say that Salah's having a good season this season?
I'd say he's been the best one out of him, Firmino, and Mane, but that's not exactly something to shout about.
You do. So again, I ask, do you think he's actually in itself? Do you think he's been having, when you put it against other strikers in the league, do you think he's having a good season?
And when he said this, forget about whatever Salah done to you in the past, man, because I know he's obviously done something bad to you, innit?
No, man, it's not
Chinese
even
man.
that.
You got a sister in?
No, because after his first season, the 17-18, I was singing like Mo Salah running down the wing and all that, like proper in stadiums and stuff. But I think
Until
when
you met
he
him.
started to annoy me, and I backed him for the first half of 18-19, even though he wasn't playing great. I was still backing him, to be fair. But I think the game I remember with him, where I was like, nah, man, like, you're really worrying now. Do you remember that game away to United in the season where we won the Champions League, and United had to make 3 subs in the first half because all their players got
yeah,
injured.
yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
game?
remember.
I remember there was one moment in
drawing
the
that
first
game,
half.
and I was like, oh, they were there for the taking.
Yeah.
And there was one moment in that first half I remember where Salah, he was isolated against Juan Mata going at him, and Juan Mata was half injured anyway. You could tell he was limping and stuff. And he got tackled, and I was like, man, how are you getting tackled by half injured?
I agree with that. I think Salah going 1-on-1 against a player, it's not. I don't think it's scary at all.
No,
But-
it's not.
Yeah.
And I think he knows that, and it's why he doesn't really do it. And he does the whole like
Yeah.
pass it around and the one touch, and you know what I mean.
Cut in and that, yeah.
Yeah. Like I do get that. This is a good point by Hendo. Hendo season. Shout out yourself, bro. That's madness. Who else would we sign to replace his goals? Haaland, Mbappe. Forget it. Do you know what I mean? And in terms of that as well, right? It's the certainty. It's the certainty, bro. Like he's certainly, without a doubt, got golden boot contender every season. That's a certainty. That's facts. There's no one else that's a certainty. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think anyone else is a downgrade, to be honest. Definitely in the short term.
It is. It's a risk. It's a risk that will pay off. It's a risk that generally shake.
Sorry, one big thing about Salah is throughout his whole season, apart from when he was at Chelsea, he's been consistently scoring goals. And he's 28 years old now. He's not even that old in modern day football. I feel he's still got quite a few more years in him. And like Sonny said, yeah, if we're looking to sell him for money, then how does that make us a big club? We're looking to become like a feeder club. Do you get what I mean? Mm. And also, one big thing I've noticed about Salah is he is like, let's just say you've got a centre mid, like considering coming to Liverpool or go somewhere else. You tell them, oh yeah, you're going to have Salah on your right to dish the ball to every single time. He's going to make that run every single time you get the ball. Of course you want that as a centre mid, because literally like Thiago, I can see him having a good connection with Salah once the team gets back to proper motion again. And I feel he drags in other players. We get rid of Salah, then all we've got with us is money and a few other names that are like slowly dropping off, to be honest, yeah? Like if we lose Wijnaldum, Salah, Firmino, obviously Firmino's dropped off, but if we lose all 3 of them in one transfer window, then people are thinking, like, how do we know that this team aren't on the downfall and the owners are just trying to cash out before?
Yeah, that's what annoys me about FSG. Like, for me, there's no real certainty. I don't think what they're doing is sustainable, especially when we move on with the managers. Like, when we get rid of Klopp, it's going to be a downgrade, especially in the short term. Mm-hmm. I think the whole way they go about things, like there's no like the same similar thing with Salah. There's no certainty with it, is there?
Mm-hmm. Right. One thing I will say, lads, as well, is like if we end up selling, obviously, Firmino, Wijnaldum, fringe players, Mane, or whoever it may be, yeah, one thing I definitely don't want is to see us turn out like how Chelsea did this year, innit? Like bring in 7 personnel changes, struggle with gelling, obviously, like taking that time up until the Christmas period, because the law for these players that are within the squad for next season is obviously to compete for the title again. And if we're having to rotate players or bring a lot of new man in, it's going to be very difficult to find that gel.
No, I do agree. I do agree. In terms of that point, though, I mean, I would be very, very confident in knowing that we've got a manager that is. I'm probably the most confident in Klopp. Do you know what I mean? He had man like Mourinho sitting down. Do you know what I mean? I think he would really like. I have no qualms in terms of that. He ain't a Lampard who's just like got all these shiny toys and don't know like exactly. What to do with them. Shout out man like Well.
About this comment as well. No real goal scorer.
Oh no, go on.
Yeah, I look at like our 2 best games in the league this season were Leicester at home, where we won 3-0 in November in terms of performance, and probably the Palace 7-0. And Salah didn't start in any of those games, so it's not as if we can still play without him, because I just feel and you don't need a proper goal. Like City are winning, League City are in for a quadruple this season without a proper goal scorer because they're sharing their goals out throughout the team.
Yeah,
But like,
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that what comes first, the chicken or the egg. Because like, I hear where you're going in terms of that, and I've often said that as well. I said, bruv, like we don't play like City, but I think we should play a little bit more like City in terms of our off the ball movement. Sometimes is dead. Like. It's dead, and the reason City are able to not, their movement, they like that's why I say, like I say to, I'm like, why are we always touching up the ball? Don't make no sense. Well, now them taking up 4 or 5 touches, and like, do you know what I mean? And then my man's taking touches, them man there, it's like boom, it's like futsal. Do you know what I mean? It's like boom, and then they're moving, and there's bare options.
They got one target in it, yeah.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's mad. It's slightly different. Whereas without his goals, bro, where the fuck would we be, bro? Like,
but I just feel, Nick, that if we were to, I think that when I watch Salah, I think he causes a lot of our attacks to break down because when you get the ball into it, you miscontrol it and just basically give it to the team essentially. That if we were to get someone who, maybe might not get the numbers that Salah does, but will control it, link up better with the players around him, I think we'll be able to create more chances and score more goals as a result of that. And we might lose the numbers that Salah gets, but the team output will increase if we replace him with a player who...
that's going to have to require an out-and-out striker, like a number 9.
Firmino ain't doing that,
He's not doing it, is he? So I agree with your point. You're going to have to bring him personnel.
I hear your point, Raiyaan, and you're slightly too late. If you were telling me this last season where like Mane was on form, do you know what I mean? Bobby was, then I'd be like, cool. But you're talking about an out of form Mane, and I don't even know if Bobby can even be classed out of form. Man don't bang. So do you know what I mean? And like these are the man that's gonna pick up that.
That would take years of my life trying to watch them finish, man.
Do you know what I mean? But see, if you had said this at a time when Mane's doing all back heels and his decision making is a madness, I might have entertained that a little bit more. Like, okay, like maybe. All right. So, what do you lot think about personally? All right. No, one thing I was going to say before I get onto that point. Would you agree that I think sometimes this might play into his hand as well? Like, how's he still fucking doing it? I do feel like he is becoming a little bit more predictable, Salah. I would say that, and I think that maybe leads on to your point that he breaks a lot of our attacks sometimes does break down. Like, I'm not going to sit here, like I already said, I stand here. I'm not a big Salah fanboy. The amount of times when I start doing watch-alongs and you lot can see me, I'll be like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you will then slap one, and I'll be like, all right, say that, innit? You know, them ones there. Like, and it don't take away, it don't take away from his performance. If you watch my reviews, just because he scored a goal, man ain't giving him 8s and 9s. Do you know what I mean? But you have to put the respect on his name. Do you know what I mean? And would you agree in terms of that point that he is becoming a little bit more predictable?
I've been saying that every year though, and I've been getting worried. It doesn't come though. He just keeps on putting up the same numbers, so it doesn't really concern me. But his style of play does look like it will get predictable, but I just don't see the numbers stopping, to be honest.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? Even with terms of predictability, I feel like we're like expecting too much from him. Like, he's not your Suarez type of player. Do you get what I mean? And for someone like him right now, I feel like he hasn't got an outlet. Like, do you remember when we had Suarez and Sturridge? Everyone was raving on about Sturridge, like he's this fantastic player. Yeah, my guy can't even get into a professional football club at the moment. That's how good Suarez made him. Now, if we had a player off that level, let's just say we had Suarez back at Liverpool alongside Salah, how much better a player would Salah look? Because he wouldn't have to do essentially all the work on his own. Right now, we're trying to treat him like the Suarez when he's pretty much made for the Sturridge role. Do you get what I mean by that? Yeah. And then also, imagine you got Suarez. On one side, you got Mane. On the other side, you got Salah. Like, do you think the team's going to be stoppable? And on top of all of that, yeah, it offloads, number one, Suarez. I know this ain't no Suarez conversation right now, yeah. I'm just saying, if we had a number 9 that scores goal, even Haaland, for example, yeah, they're going to drag players away. They're going to open space for Salah. And if they don't, if they come to double up on Salah like everyone does this season, it creates space in the middle of the box for our number 9.
Yeah, you're right.
Literally. Yeah. And the thing is, yeah, like, I respect, what's your name, Ray, right?
Yeah, Raiyaan.
I respect you for your opinion and everything, but personally, I can understand why you're frustrated. But one thing I cannot get is from 2019. Like, he's been someone who I feel has worked hard and everything, and I just feel like if you said 2020 or 2021, yeah, all right, calm. But I don't understand 2019. That's a bit of a madness.
He's definitely exceeded expectations for us. Definitely, even for the price tag that we brought him in for.
By far,
Yeah.
100%.
Look, I've already apologized. I've already apologized to Salah for calling him the Egyptian Dan James once. I apologize. I did apologize.
Do you know what it is? Yeah,
It's funny off so badly after one game. I had to apologize.
No, you know what? Like, shout out One Touch TV. I know they're doing a show. We obviously had to start this show, so I was watching that, and they got the 10 best Africans in the Premier League, and I would like to see where Salah came on that. So I'll go and finish that. So yeah, man. Let me just get into some of these comments. Shout out everyone that's in the comments. Shout out Welford TV. Joe says, if you were guaranteed Neto and Haaland as a replacement for Salah, I'd definitely do the deal.
Oh my!
Neto,
I would, yes, but that's a guaranteed, and I don't think that's like, oh, do you know?
They ain't guaranteed with FSG. I don't
I mean?
want to be unfair, but that is hard to do that deal. To be fair,
yeah, exactly. I'll take that deal, but it's not going to happen. So you're just on some jokes. Oh, like, would you give up your girl for Beyonce? Yeah, all right, cool. Gangan. If we sell Salah, we need to replace him with a creator and a goal scorer number 9. Biggest facts I've seen. Not this false 9 business. Yeah, man. I think we all kind of agree. I think that's. We ain't got time to slate Bobby, man. Honestly. Ish Masters, you're mad, bro. Baffled that you don't rate Salah. Are you honestly a Liverpool fan? Come on, guys. Not here. We respect everyone's opinion. And man is coming with, you know what I mean? He's backing up his points, exactly. So leave him be, man. Leave him be. Ishmaster's real talk, Nick, man. Without his goals, we would be done out here, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. Trust me. And Hendo season agrees. Ishmasters also says Salah has been poor by his standards, and man is top scorer in the Premiership. Without him, we would struggle, in my opinion. I think that's true. So I want to just quickly say, right? I want to start it off. I don't personally, and I'm not kissing ass. I'm just being real, innit? The type of person I am. I don't really feel like there was much said that was wrong in the interview. I just feel like we're in a current day and time that everything is a madness and polarized, and man has to come out, and it's what, like, I don't get it. Like, he said, yeah, like he did it. I did have it somewhere. I can't even bother to find it, but he did say pretty much like, listen, do you know what I mean? I'm here. I want to be here. It's not up to me. At the end of the day, but yeah, why not? You know what I mean, down the line.
He's really professional.
He did try and turn down the question as well, like that.
He did first say, listen, it's not something I want to discuss right now, and they pushed him, and he said, listen, like, it wasn't like, yeah, I'm up for it, and I think a lot's been made of it. I just want to know what your views are very quickly before we move on that. Finn, what are you thinking?
So yeah, basically, I had a little look back at it today, and from what I'm reading, obviously, I feel like the reason it was taken so far out of context is because the interview was not obligatory. Like, he didn't have to be there. It was just him being the typical Mo Salah, making himself available for a press conference, answering a few questions. And journalists, especially in this modern day, like, being the true selves who they are, they're trying to blow things massively out of context. Every player, without a shadow of the doubt, would probably want to play in Spain in the top level at some stage in their career. Like, if you ask 90% of the footballers that play within the Premier League, they're going to answer that way, let's be real, especially if they're going to be linked with clubs like Real Madrid or Barcelona. But we know they're both struggling financially out here. We know that Mo Salah's still got a couple years to run on his contract. Maybe that's what he was kind of vying for, is obviously he understands how prolific journalism is and how that can feed back to the club. Obviously, we've seen a few things in the past where his agent just tweeted a full stop and whatnot, obviously. But I feel like it is still being blown out of proportion. And I feel like it's more kind of him angling for a contract rather than for him to be kind of moved out.
Fair enough.
You know that thing about a contract, yeah? Do you remember when Callum Hudson-Odoi was trying to get his pro at Chelsea? I'm not sure if you lot remember, but basically I remember he started talking with Bayern Munich, who weren't even interested in him at the time. And what he did is he told Chelsea that Bayern are interested in him. Then he flew to Germany and just took a couple Snapchat pictures and put it on his Instagram. For no reason, he wasn't doing nothing in Germany. He had no business there. Literally went there for the day, took some pictures in Germany, and then flew back to Chelsea. And obviously for Chelsea, they thought that obviously Munich are interested in him and all that sort of stuff. So they upped their price. And now he's getting paid. He don't even play in their first team, and he's getting paid ridiculous amounts of money. And the thing is, when he did that, I noticed a lot of other players are trying to follow that same sort of thing to use some sort of leverage to get more pay out of the club. And I feel that everything that's happened with Wijnaldum recently, I think Salah might be, or Salah's agent rather, might be looking at that to try and get a bit more money out of the club.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense, and I think that would fall in line with the first kind of comments in which he said a couple of months ago, or whatever. Sonny, what are your thoughts on it?
Like I said earlier, he's just one of the most professional footballers there, and he never says anything wrong, but he never says anything convincing. He just keeps it real. Like he comes out with an answer like which isn't an answer. That he's good at that. He's a bit like Liverpool, to be honest. You know, they keep away everything from us. We never know anything what's going on. Salah's obviously been convinced to do the same.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Ryan, what do you reckon?
Yeah, man, I saw the interview. Like, do I want Salah to go to Real Madrid and Barcelona? Yeah, because I do want him out. But I don't think, in terms of when fans are getting onto him, you know, people are getting onto him, oh, you know, is he saying anything against Liverpool? I didn't really see any of that. I don't think he's really done anything wrong when I looked at the interview. Like, he said, I'm not really, maybe one day no one can tell the future. Like, no one can see the future. Like, so
What's wrong with that?
feel like it's just the media taking it out of context. Like,
Clicks, innit, man?
yeah, I didn't have a problem with what Salah said in terms of that question, to be honest.
Brilliant. Can you answer Hendo Season's question? So, who would you sign to replace Salah realistically? I like that.
Well,
I like that realistically. Like, let's not just
realistically, yeah. Because I would have said like Mbappe, but it's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, Mbappe ain't happening. Haaland ain't happening. Like,
would you say Sancho could happen?
Sancho could happen. If we were to sell Salah, then surely.
Yeah, but that's what I was just about to say. That Sancho comes at the expense of someone. I don't think Sancho is in addition to, not in addition to Jota.
Because I would, yeah.
Nah. So
because I would take Sancho as a replacement, definitely. I do really like Sancho. Neto, like they said, is another option as well. I do really like him.
Neto as a replacement for Salah?
We waited a few years for him to turn up.
And he's young as well. He's at a good age, man. And I just think if you put him into a Klopp system as well, remember, you're giving these plays to Jurgen Klopp as well. Look at what he's done in the past. So, you know, Neto will go up 1 or 2 levels. You know, he's already so good at Wolves. Imagine what
the levels. Okay, but he's gonna have to go up 1 or 2 levels, yeah. In terms of gameplay, cool, I'm with you, but he's gonna have to go up all like 250 levels in terms of guaranteed goal.
The problem with bringing Neto in is we have to wait like probably about 3 years until he'd even be at Salah's level, and then by then we've already got rid of like most of our players probably.
See what I'm saying? In terms of, and what I'm saying in terms of what Sonny's saying is in terms of at least go. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah,
I don't know what else. Yeah, he'd bring like his link-up play and all of that, maybe there and all of that. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't translate into goals and us winning the game, what the fuck? We turn into Tottenham. You know them ones there, like we turn into Arsenal. Like it don't make no sense. And that's
I still feel like this is going to be most wingers though. If we bring in any kind of like winger that's kind of up and coming, like Donny Mallon, even if we bring in someone like Memphis Depay, like I still think like it's going to take time for players to adjust to the league, and in that case, we will need to match that with a prolific goal-scoring striker to fit the team.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're very right. All right, so listen, moving from the front, let's go all the way to the back, innit? Guys, again, slap a like and I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't, and jump over to official Saif and Sonny's channel. My guys, man.
Thank you, man.
What are we saying about Konate, man? Like, oh mate, Sonny needs to change his boxes, man. Like, you know what I mean? Mate, Sonny, you take it. You take the floor on this one, man. All right, before you go, these are the points. Do we need him? Is it likely that you think we're going to get him? Obviously, with what's come out with the president, that's obviously could be a power play. Do we need him? Do you think we could get him? And yeah, we'll go with those for now. We'll go for those for now.
Need to be the best, I'd say yes. I think compared to other centre backs out there, this guy could be like the perfect centre back next to Van Dijk, because there's many centre backs out there, but there's Van Dijk. I think Konate, look at the way we play this high line this season. I knocked about 10 years off my life. trying to watch us try to defend against this high line. It's been awful. Konate would come in and do a perfect job, and he wins everything. And I think what was it, like last 2 years, I think he's clocked to like the top 3 fastest centre. I think he'd be brilliant if we just keep him fit. And once again, it might be another thing like Naby Keita where we have to keep saying if we keep him fit. Hopefully, it won't be like that, but you gotta try to see even if it will.
That was one thing I was gonna come at you with, Sonny. I was gonna say his injuries are not great.
No, they're not great at all. Not.
And we sit. Would we be being a little bit hypocritical having someone like Matip and the feelings we have with someone like Matip and then welcoming a Konate? Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, like the words in which you said next to Van Dijk, you said like be the next Van. So there's a lot of like, he's not just coming in to be a 4th place. Do you know what I mean? Like we're coming in to put a lot of importance on him. And then for man to Brock on the side. Like, again, I'm just being a devil's advocate, bro. That's why we come in the channel, you know, that way there. Like, so yeah, like anyone
it doesn't be like another Naby Keita. I really don't. But just imagine if it works, though. That's the whole thing. If it works.
Okay. So do you pay? This is the question I wanna go. I'll come back to you, Sonny. But all right, Saif. With what I've said and with what Sonny said, do you pay 25 mil, 30 mil for a Botman who maybe isn't as electric, but you know what you're going to get, or collect a car or someone like that? Or do you roll the dice like Sonny says and go for Konate and then we see what would you say?
I mean, I think personally as a club, I think usually we just go for the roll the dice option. We try to go a bit more of like what people would see as an erratic decision most of the time. I don't think we tend to go for the simple sort of decision apart from Van Dijk, but look at the success Van Dijk brought us. Like that guy, you saw what he was capable of at Southampton and before that as well at Celtic, and then you see him come at Liverpool and he pulls off not just the same thing, but the same thing on a much larger scale and improved in pretty much all of his attributes. With Konate, or the thing is, I don't know much about Botman to like speak about him too much, but I feel like we need someone who's like, got a bit, not so much a leader because we've got Van Dijk already there as a leader. We just need someone a bit more strong-headed. Like, do you remember like how Carragher was, how like Skirtle used to be, someone who used to just kind of dominate that section that you look into that thing and they're like, no, this is my turf sort of stuff. But
I've never seen Konate do that. I've normally seen Upamecano do that and do that quite badly. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen that in his game where like, and he's such a young boy. And then coming into a team where you've got VVD, would he really get the opportunity too? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And the thing is, one thing that puzzles me about us wanting to go for Konate is FSG usually go for players that their value is going to increase. And if you look at it a bit like the stock market, you see a player and you think they're about to kick off, and Liverpool kind of go for them at 21, 22. We've got the platform to make them a great name and a big player and whatnot, and then sell them when they're worth quite a lot of money, unless they're doing well for the club, where we keep them at the club because it develops the club. With Konate, his value's actually decreased in the last year or so, if I'm not wrong. And even though he's quite young and everything, and I think that's literally just because he's injury prone. So how is a player like that going to develop at such a high level of football when injuries are just part and parcel of being at that level of football, because you're literally pushing the human body to such a limit? And if someone's already injury prone from a lower level, what do you think is going to happen in the fast and aggressive Premier League? So that's what I just don't understand, why we've gone for him at all. Like,
really quick, there's a crazy stat. I don't know if you don't know this. He's actually played 17 Bundesliga games in the last 2 seasons, which is
ridiculous.
Is mad.
How old is he? He's like
mad, bro. In 2 seasons, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
I think that's because Nagelsmann doesn't really trust the fact that he's so injury prone. But one little caveat to that, what I will say is I've done a bit of research into the nature of his injuries in the past. And considering he's 21, 3 of the long-term injuries that he suffered have been torn muscle fibers. And I really think that is just the natural development of him as a human being. Like when you're that age and you're kind of transitioning from youth into like adulthood, you'd like even Steven Gerrard. I don't know how much you know about this, but when Steven Gerrard was easing into the team as a youngster, he's got like problems with the bones in his feet, and the same for Wayne Rooney as well. As they were kind of coming through, they had a lot of kind of flare-ups, which they managed to sort out over time. Again, this remains to be seen over the career whether he comes to us or not, but the nature of the injuries doesn't actually cause me too much pain or stress. It's more the fee that comes with it, that we could potentially invest in a better defender.
That's exactly what I want to say. Yo, before I even go on, shout out my boy Conroy. Literally took that major step. We all know what it's like when you know what I mean. You're like, oh, should I not? And he finally did it. Got the channel set up. Conroy Talks. So make sure you go over there and please slap a like, subscribe. Everyone that's in this community, you know what Conroy means to us, man. So that would mean a lot. All right, so yeah, man. Listen, none of you, I would like a lot of you to be very straight-faced when I bring this up, because, like, Jamaican men don't play. Do you know what I mean? Like, they will come for you, innit? And my boy Demo Dre has said with his chest that we don't need no one. Nat Phillips is all we need, innit? Like, I'm telling you, like, Sonny, relax, bro. You don't want to just, you know what I mean? Just play it down, innit?
I wrote Nat Phillips, man. I do. But...
all right, good. I hope so, boy, because you don't want man like Demo J coming for you. I'm telling you, man will hop on the flight real quick. He rides for his boy. What are you saying in terms of Nat Phillips? I mean, I personally, I would rather keep Nat and let Kabak go just because of the fee. I think we could get a better defender for that. And I wouldn't mind if Nat was personally a fourth choice. Do you know what I mean? Because I think we could obviously that spot for Konate or whoever might, do you know what I mean, come up, and then we've got Gomez and VVD. What are your thoughts on it, Finn? What do you think?
Well, the situation for me is like I'm going to give it minimum until the end of the season before I make a judgment call on someone like Phillips. Obviously, we've seen how he's integrated into the team. Obviously, he's taken a big step up with the injury crisis that we're seeing this season. But obviously, one thing that's really prominent for me, as we all understand, like FSG are very tight and they're not looking to pay out Genie's contract or nothing like that. So it's rumored that like Nat Phillips is on 65, 70k a week or something in that kind of ballpark region, yeah. And with the way that he's played this season, we might make a bit of P off him if we could shot him in the summer. But I'm going to reserve judgment because obviously we want to see whether A, this Konate deal goes through between now and July the 1st, and B, how he fares for the rest of the season. So yeah, I'm going to give it kind of 3 months until I kind of really solidify my opinion on it.
Okay, all right. There's some beef going on in the chat, boy, because certain man saying, yo, they want Nat sold, and you know what I mean. Like, we just keep it peaceful on the channel, innit? Rayan, what's your thoughts on it? In terms of Nat and what's going on, really?
Like you said, like Nat Phillips, like he's done all right. Like he's done good when he's come into the team, considering he was supposed to be a reserve player, a backup player, right down the pecking order. So he's done all right. I actually do think he's better than Kabak. If I'm being honest, I've not been impressed by Kabak when he's played, to be honest. So I wouldn't make that permanent.
He's definitely 3 years older than Kabak.
Pardon?
He's 3 years older than Kabak, though, all things considered.
I know, but when I just got
Kabak, is still 23, which is young.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But I think with Nat Phillips, with Nat Phillips, I think I wouldn't mind him as a fourth choice. I don't think he should be a regular or anything from next season. Definitely not. Like, I don't think he's good enough, and I wouldn't be confident enough for him to be a regular. But I think as a fourth choice, like Lovren used to be, I think I'd be fine with that, to be fair. So yeah, but if we're being honest, I actually rate him. People are going to think I'm stupid. I actually rate him more than Gomez. I've never rated Gomez as well. Honestly, I've never rated Joe Gomez at all. So I actually rate him more than Gomez as well. So
that's mad.
Yeah,
that's mad. I'm not even. Hey, Gomez is my. Hey, listen. I say he's my boy, like I know him, but like he's my guy, innit? Like, there will not be any blasphemy on Joe Gomez, but we don't have time to even. You're coming back on the channel, and I know that's how you feel. I'm gonna put it like as a, do you know what I mean, as a section that we're gonna come back and talk, because Gomez, Hey, bruv, don't talk about Gomez, bruv. Seriously, he's a bad boy. Like, allow it, bruv. Like, come on. What's your issue? I'm not even gonna poke. I'm not even gonna poke. I said I'm not gonna poke. You see what you did? Like,
you're making him go insane, man.
yeah, like, allow it, bruv. Like, Gomez is a young G, bruv. That's next Rio Ferdinand, bruv. Relax. Sonny, what are you saying about our about Nat and possible kind of backup choices? Would you want him to go? Should we cash in on him, or do you know what I mean? Should we allow every other centre back because we've got him? What's your issues?
I wouldn't want to let him go, no, because I think I've said this before. Like, from games played from Liverpool centre backs, I think he's been our second best. Obviously, you need to remember it's only been a few months, which is why it's unfair. That doesn't mean I'd want to pick him like from second best to start for us. But I think that there's no excuse not to go and buy another centre back, because even if we keep Nat Phillips, this whole season can just happen again, and we can still have the defensive crisis like the centre backs. Like, we won't even have Kabak. So, do you know what I mean?
Facts.
Nothing will really get fixed. But keeping Phillips would be good in my opinion. But we still need to go and invest, man. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, 100%, 100%. Okay. And very, very quickly, Finn, do you think we'll get Konate?
From what I've seen in the media so far, it looks like it's gathering pace. Obviously, yesterday I see on Instagram that via RMC, which is a French media outlet, that the medical had taken place in Paris. Obviously, I feel like it might take a few days to process that. So we might hear the news over the weekend, maybe around the Arsenal game. That would be exciting to see what develops out of that. But I'm holding my breath. We know what it's all like. FSG can be like, etc.
Yes or no? Yes or no? You getting him or not?
Okay, yeah, I think we will.
Safe.
Behind the scenes saying Klopp down. Leave it, bro. Leave it. Genuinely, I think we'll end up signing him. There's something there's something we see in him. I don't know what it is, but we'll probably end up signing him.
Sonny?
Yeah, well, we'll sign him, man. We'll sign him.
Okay. And Ryan, reckon we'll sign him?
Yeah, probably. I can see it happening, definitely.
Okay. All right. That's nice then. I like that. All right.
I better not be the only signing though. Let's just say that. That better not be the only signing.
Yeah. Nah, 100%. That's a big caveat. I had another topic on there, but I don't even know. Just because we've been chopping it up so long, man. Don't when you want to spend too much time on Richarlison, the pagan, innit?
Man identifies himself as a pigeon, man. No wonder Thiago ignored you.
Yeah, I lie, bro. Like, who's that here? What are you doing? You just feed pigeons a little piece of your bread, didn't it? Like, here you go. I'll take that move. Like, shut up, man. We're not even like, anyone really got something? Anything to say of relevance to these? To come on, who these man? Let's move on. Yeah, boom. Last topic I want to just chat about very, very quickly is our domestic season. Like, how important is it for us, man? Like, who out of us really wants to be in Europa League? Like, but
hopefully none of us.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think so. Again, like I said, like, I hope I got some level-headed people that I'm speaking for everyone. But yeah, let me just double check that. Yeah, Europa League, right?
Oh.
No, okay. I'm making sure. Just making sure.
One thing I want to say, I don't want to say us in Europa League because I don't see it as a real competition. But how much money actually comes with it? Because I know with the Champions League, it's a big influx of money for the club.
It's not as big.
Is it not? Yeah.
I don't even think, if I'm wrong, it's half as much. It's really not as big.
This year, they're talking about the European Conference League as well. So if we don't get Europa, there's a big chance we'll get thrown into that, which is even worse for us because we'd be playing against, like, I don't know, like teams that we can't even name or even heard of or whatever it is.
Yeah. Local corner shops, man.
Literally, literally.
Finn's my guy, yeah. Finn, we're on this, yeah, because I don't really have any info on this right now. But me and you backstage after this, we're gonna go and do some info, some digging into this 533 million investment from Red Bull, so we can come back.
I got a little ting there for you actually, just before I came on.
Run shoot, ball shoot. So yeah, we'll come back with something. And then yeah, so boom. Very quickly, Mark A says keep Kabak, sell Nat, and loan Ben who? Oh yeah, that cardboard cutout.
I forgot who he was.
He must be awful,
man. So like who? I was like, who's? Oh yeah, my man.
Who's that?
They signed him the same we signed him
hologram.
But I say as a joke, you know, like when you got them cardboard cutouts, we just like we ain't got the back, so he just keeps on falling over. As soon as we get the back, then we can stick him up, and then man can be there, and you know what I mean, can be a mannequin. I don't know what's going on. We will still make a profit on him, trust me. All right, so yeah, man, boom. Finners, stop the excuses, bro. What excuses? One time
He's on about the Nat Phillips and me reserving judgment. It's because I want to see him in the Champions League in it against Real Madrid. You know that team.
Oh, I don't want
We'll be seeing that next week, man. We'll be seeing that next week.
Trust me.
It's
Marque has a good point when he says, saying LFCTV, remember our fourth choice can very easily become our second choice. And especially in a season like this, that's a very good comment, and one that we probably should take more seriously. So yeah, man, look, listen, like I was saying, our domestic season, where do we go from here? Like, do you know what I mean? Is Arsenal a big game? Is it like, oh mate, is it every loss right now is a shed, but is it really that big of a shed in all? And I'm not just saying that because they're coming up. Like everyone knows, man wants to absolutely move to these guys. But I'm just saying in context. Saif, what you saying?
I'm gonna have to shoot after this, but I feel like the Arsenal game is a big game for us. You know why? Because it's the first time we've had like since our like the downfall of Liverpool. It's the first time we've had like a decent break. Players have been away from Liverpool for a bit. The ones that have gone international. The other ones have spent time with their family and whatnot and got to focus on what they need to focus on. Because I'm sure, like the ones that aren't going abroad, I'm sure they're not just sitting at home playing Call of Duty or whatever it is. Like, I'm sure you got Nat Phillips there, headering bricks and I don't know whatever he does.
Bro, breaking several windows.
Literally just saying that, going into the playgrounds and 2-footing like little kids and just be like, I am dominant here. I am the dominant. But no, whatever it is. The thing is, I thought it's the first time we've had like a serious break, and we've needed the break so badly. Like, I hate international football. I hate just not having no Premier League football on the weekend. But this is the first time I've appreciated it, and I'm hoping that the banter, the this, the that, whatever it is that these players get when they go to their international clubs or when they get that time off, I'm hoping that wakes them up a little bit. And when we come back as a team, I know we've got the right mentality as a club. Like, we are the mentality giants when we need to be. But we haven't recently, and that's what's been a massive lack. And I'm just hoping that this Arsenal game, we're going to come out with a lot of strength, with a lot of pride, remembering who we are, because I feel for a long time we've kind of forgotten that and what badge we've got on our shirt. And when the players come out, if we batter Arsenal, I'm telling you, it will change the rest of the season. Even if we win like 2-0 or something, but play a very strong game against them, it's going to change everything. I know Arsenal aren't at like anywhere near their top form, but they're still considered. I don't know if they are, but we know they're a big club. Do you get what I mean? They've got a big fan base. They've got
a big game.
Noisiest fans.
Yeah, it is a big game.
They've got the noisiest fans out there, so that says it all. But if we can beat Arsenal, then it's gonna add a lot of belief to the fan base of our club, and it's gonna remind Arsenal that you thought you're gonna catch up with us. Like settle down a little bit. You're like in a little fight with, I don't know, Aston Villa or whatever it is. But don't come up to Liverpool and think you're on the same level as us. Do you get what I mean?
Do you know, really quick, do you know what's mad? If someone asks you how bad has Liverpool been this season, just say that you've enjoyed an international break. That's how bad we've been.
Literally, imagine. And I hate that. I cannot explain, Do you know when you wake up on a Saturday morning and you're like, it don't matter because there's Premier League football from now, till Monday evening, there's going to be football. And now you're thinking, am I going to literally sit there for an hour and a half watching England play? Like, no, man, I'm all right.
No, I hear that.
I just got a notification on my phone. Apparently, they're playing right now.
No, they are. And they'll wonder what. So let me know. I know you got a shoot save. So listen, keep me posted. We'll be done in the next sort of 10 minutes, anyways. But keep me posted on the scorers, anyways, man. My guy, listen, guys, please go over to official stage channel, big Liverpool content, and subscribe for me. Thank you,
man. Love all of you.
Take care, bro.
Take care.
Ryan, what are you saying about the rest of the season, man, and this game and the importance of it? What's your thoughts?
You know what, I'm going to say something wild. I actually think the Arsenal game's more important than the Real Madrid game in terms of, I personally don't. We have to get Champions League football for next season. I personally don't think we can win. I personally think we've got more chance of getting top 4 than we do winning the Champions League. I can't see us winning the Champions League personally because I can't see us getting past Real Madrid because Kabak and Phillips against Benzema doesn't really fill me with any confidence.
Hey, respect Kabak and Phillips, man. I swear they haven't conceded next to each other yet.
Yeah, but come on, there's a difference between playing against Willian San Jose and playing against Benzema, man. Like,
But we'll have to
and
wait
Ollie
and see.
McBurney. I just don't think we can win the Champions League. But if we got our form together in the league, I still think there's a good chance of top 4. That's why I think the Arsenal game is more important than the Real Madrid game, just because I think
where
we've
you're
got
coming from. No, I
a
get
better
it.
chance in the league. So that's why I think.
No, go on, finish, man.
Yeah, so that's why I'd say that game's more important because, and I just feel all we need in the league, because I think if you look at our away form on paper recently, our away form's not actually been that bad. It's been quite good recently, to be fair.
No, it has.
But it's at Anfield, and I just feel that Anfield, if we were to just get one win at Anfield,
It's at
that
Emirates.
things could just.
It's at
Yeah, I
Emirates.
know it is. I know it's at Emirates. That's why.
Oh, you're
I know
saying
it's
if
I'm
it was
talking about the next Anfield game.
right.
I just feel in terms of getting our league form back, if we were to just get one Anfield win, then we could get our form back and maybe go on a good push for top 4, maybe. But that's why I think that the game on Saturday is more important, personally.
No, I get that. I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I don't know if I agree in terms of. I do get where you're coming from. Do I sit here and think like if I put it on paper that we can win the Champions League? No, but football ain't played on paper. Do you know what I mean? And like, there's many mad things that have happened. 2005, like that was a madness, and on paper we was.
It's a hard thing to rely on. To be fair, with the top 4, I still think we could still, if we got on a good run, get top 4. But with the Champions League, it is all, I just struggle, man, to see it. I'll be honest. I think it's more of a risk as well.
I do hear that. I hear that. I hear where you're coming from, but with it being Real, I just want all guns blazing. Like, we got unfinished business in it, and like, we got things to sort out. Sonny, what you saying? What's your thoughts?
Yo, on that as well, like I do get where you are coming from, but like take it back to a few weeks ago, we started Reece Williams and Nico Williams in a league game. I'm sorry, if you're doing that, you ain't serious, man. You can't start those two at the back and try expect top 4. I don't even think the points are that bad, like from us to top 4, but I think it's just the amount of teams above us. I think that's what makes it so difficult, because we're gonna have to rely on quite a few teams to drop points, and it's unlikely, isn't it? So that's what I'm not getting.
Games in hand, and it's like
exactly, yeah.
I know we've been, but what I will say is, I know personally, do I think we'll get top 4? Probably not. But if you actually look at our run of games on paper, out of all the teams going for top 4, I know we've been struggling against pretty much everyone, to be honest. But on paper, we've probably got the best running out of everyone, to be honest.
We ain't got no more big 6 teams. Like, if you think about it, I think we've done most of them. So now you're right.
Yeah, we've done most of them, exactly. So we probably, and I think Chelsea have a very hard last few games as well, to be fair. So
you got Bulls trying to get invested into it, man. I've written it off by now.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's come a bit too late, to be very honest with you. I think our push has come a little bit too late. But listen, I'm here for it, man. And if we can go on a little 3-4 game run and people slip, I'm here for it by all means. And shout out Ravi B. Carry. Ravi says, I think we will win if we expose Arsenal's weaknesses from the get-go. Yeah, man. Listen, Joe, Finn, sorry, quickly before we go, actually let me just read this comment from Joe. Ishmael says Kabak has a mistake waiting to happen. I think we all think that about Kabak, to be fair. Yeah, Finn, what you saying in terms of our Arsenal game and in terms of where we are and our run
it's
up?
a little tricky one, bruv. It's a little tricky one. I tell you what, yeah, my heart wants us to win this game, yeah, but my head is saying, look, just keep a couple man back for that Real Madrid game, innit? But like, the sort of smoke that I'm gonna get if we get slapped up by these men as well. Trust me. Like, please go back and see the video on Saturday that Saint put out. Quality video, amazing amount of guests in there, like unbelievable guests. And I predicted that we're gonna do a score draw, whether it be 1 or 2. But my heart's saying, come, please go out and win this game. But in my head, I'm thinking Klopp might just play players who have been on form over the international break. Like, we've seen Shaqiri doing unbelievable in the last couple of games for Switzerland. Obviously, Wijnaldum's really stepped up, but Wijnaldum's going to be pivotal in playing that game against Real Madrid. And for me, I don't really want to see him play against Arsenal. I want to see other men get involved, like Keita or Jones. But for me, my heart's saying win. please go out and try and win that game. Obviously, I want us to keep competing as well. Like, I don't ever want us to be in a position where we're like, okay, so it's either this or you go for this. Yeah, like Liverpool FC is you go for everything. Like maybe under Klopp's tenure, yeah, we've not really taken domestic cup so seriously, FA Cup, League Cup, whatnot, but we've always been in that kind of in the league. And for me personally, I just want us to just go out, field a strong team, and actually go and try to win these games, whether it might be a weakened side. Like, I still want each man to give 110%. I want everyone in that pitch to act like Nat Phillips that game and just put their heart on their sleeve and just like, listen, man, are going to get smoked.
Head first.
Yeah.
Head first.
Trust me, boy. All right, I've got 2 questions to ask you before we end the stream. And listen, I want to shout out everyone that's been in the comments, man. Absolutely smashed it. First question. I'm gonna go with Raiyaan first. Yeah. First question. We've got Real coming up. I know you think that Arsenal is the bigger game. So, is there anyone you would rest for the Real game, knowing that, listen, like, or are you completely like, fuck this, we ain't winning the Real, bun that, do you know what I mean? Let's just go full ham for Arsenal. If there is maximum of 3 players that you would rest.
It's a tough one because I'm obviously not gonna put out a weakened side for a Champions League knockout game against Real Madrid. That's the thing. Even though I think the Arsenal game is more important, you still have to put your best team out against Real Madrid in a Champions League quarter-final. That's the thing. So I think the biggest one is Jota Firmino, because I think Firmino is back for Sunday. I think maybe one change I would do is maybe play Firmino on Saturday against Arsenal and then play Jota on Wednesday against Real. Maybe that's one I'd do, and maybe the odd change in midfield. Because I think Thiago will be a big player for the Real Madrid game because, you know, he's got this experience of playing, because he's played Bayern Munich quite a few times over the years, but Real Madrid a few times when he's played for Bayern Munich. And, you know, even though he's not, I think, been out of his level this season for Liverpool and he's not really shone, we need that experience. And he is seen as a midfielder who is on the level of a Toni Kroos or Luka Modric, who is regarded that highly. So I think we need him, and he needs to have a big game for that game. So maybe arrest him, maybe because I still think we can beat Arsenal regardless. To be fair, like
I think, brother.
Yeah.
Well, I think all this
And we need to forget about this name, Arsenal. Let's look at the team, Arsenal.
Xhaka will just give us a goal anyway, bro. Like, let's be honest.
One Travis Scott that's just coming, like, he's not bagging goals, bro. Obama trying Travis Scott ain't bagging goals.
Innit? I call him
Nah, we really should put them on smoke. Do you know what I mean? We should have this, bro.
We're better than them, innit? It's simple as that.
Yeah, we're still better than Arsenal.
Shout out Ravi, who's been giving Raiyaan a lot of respect, saying, listen,
he comes on Sarcasm City where I do quite a few shows a lot. So big up Ravi, man.
Yeah,
you see him in the comments a lot, man.
Shout out Ravi. Okay, cool. Finn, I'm gonna go to you. Who, if anyone, would you rest?
3 man, yeah?
3 man, only three.
All right, so first one, we'll start from the front, we'll work backwards. I'll rest Jota. He can come off the bench 60 minutes onwards. He needs to he's obviously played a lot of minutes for Portugal. He's doing really well for Portugal. So, yeah, I'd like to see him rested, maybe come off on the bench. So, Bobby's seemingly fit. Give him a start. We all know what he does against Arsenal. He makes them cry. So, that's number 1 for me. Second one would be Gini Wijnaldum. Obviously, he's played a lot of minutes for Holland at the moment. It's a difficult one for the third. I think do you know what I would do? I would probably put Shaqiri on right wing and take Salah out. It's a bold move, but we've just talked today about how lacking clinical, sorry for the better choice of words, how literally clinical he is. Yeah. And maybe with Xhaka's international form, how that could translate into a really good performance against Arsenal. So yeah, there'd be my 3 choices. I'd like to see the same defense as well, because I just want them to kind of build that partnership going into the run of games.
100%, man.
Bro, I know I'm Salah out in it, but I don't want to see Shaqiri ahead of him, I'll be honest.
Honestly,
The true colours are coming out, man.
yeah, no, for real though. If Shaqiri had done nothing for Switzerland, that would have changed my mind completely. But with the things that he's been doing, he's got a goal and 2 assists in 3 games.
He's playing ball, man. He's kicking ball. Now,
Yeah,
Finn's got a point. He's kicking ball, man. Sonny?
I wouldn't even rest 3 players. Like I've seen this so many times. I remember when Barcelona rested their whole team against someone else and they played us and lost 4-0. I don't even think it helps that much. Like, especially after an international break, like we need to keep this like on roll now, innit? And when we got 2 games in 4 or 5 days, I think we should go for very similar teams. The only change I would really make is one in midfield. I wouldn't play Wijnaldum against Real Madrid. I'd put him against Arsenal, and then I'd have a very similar or not the same team against Real Madrid.
Okay, fair enough. I hear where Sonny's coming from, to be fair. After he said that, I'm like, yeah, you know what? You got to make some good points. But I also hear where Finn's coming from. And I like that. Because of what Finn said, I'm gonna put Simicast in on left back just because Robbo's played minutes, bro, and I really
one quick thing, Nick. Sorry, one quick thing.
Go ahead,
I think he came off for Greece. I don't know what his condition is.
That's what I was just about to say that as well. I'm not sure if he's fit. If he was fit, because he was doing bits as well. To be fair, he was playing ball, and then I know he pulled up. So if he's fit, I'd like to see him just to try and get. We need to try and give Robbo some bloody rest, bro.
Yeah,
I can't
remember last time Simicast played, man.
I know, but and if he didn't do anything, I'd be again. But like Finn said, these guys are actually balling for their countries, and like so they've got minutes in their legs. But then he's right, so I'm not sure if he's fit, because Robertson needs some rest, and I want him on Wednesday. Again, I agree with Wijnaldum. I think Wijnaldum needs to chill. I don't know. I'm not as against Wijnaldum for Real, to be fair. But I just know that he does need a rest in some case. And
he is robust though, isn't he? Like we all know, like Gini is robust. Like I don't think it would impact us too much if he did play like 60, 70 minutes.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna go against Raiyaan. I would actually like to see him in the Real Madrid game because I think he's someone that you know what you're gonna get. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm gonna get from Keita. I don't know if a Real Madrid game is a bit too much for like Curtis right now. I just know what I'm going to get. And if you play him somewhere, depending where you play him and how you play him, if you're playing him alongside Flacco and Thiago, why the fuck not? You know, them ones there, like really and truly, like why the fuck not? He's not ball carrying, so he's not taking so much. Do you know what I mean? Touches. He's just really protecting and making sure that, like, do you know what I mean? Like we're just.
I don't know with Wijnaldum, man. I don't know about Real Madrid because we say every game it's like it's safe, but that safe is like a 5-6 out of 10. I don't know if that's good enough against Real Madrid.
But you know, but in terms of like ball retention, it's more than safe, bro. Like the guy, probably takes care of that ball well. Like he's not losing the ball and that's all I want him for. Just so we can set up attacks. Like I said, I don't want him carrying the ball because then it's long. Then it's going backwards. Then it's going sideways. You know what I mean? I just want him to take the ball, look up. Flacco's done the thingy. Do you know what I mean? He's there, boom, like giving man options in it. But we'll get into that. We've got a preview to do for that, and do you know what I mean? I'll probably have you guys on and we'll talk about that. Before we get out of here, score prediction. You said, Finn, you said...
Scored 1-1, 2-2. I'm sticking with it. Like we've seen some nice bright things over the international break from a few of our lads, but it's just on the day.
If you're sticking with it, say it with your chest, bruv. Who's on the score sheet, bruv?
Score sheet.
For us. You don't need to say both goals or whatever, but who for you is definitely... Okay,
so it hangs in the balance, yeah? But I genuinely think if Bobby starts and plays 60, 70 minutes, he could bag in this game. Yeah, like no cap.
Hey.
Like,
I don't know about Bobby, man.
I love to see that.
I'm saying it with my chest, yeah, because the things I've seen with in the past, yeah. And Bobby, he's one of these guys that he feeds off morale as well, yeah. And with all this lockdown opening up and all this international break and all this mandem surrounding him, I feel like that rest could have done him good. Not physically, but mentally. Like obviously he's kind of eased back into the full fitness now. So goal scorer number 1, Bobby for means. If it goes 1-1, if it goes 2-2. Could see a little something from Mo Salah, most likely. He's kind of been our most dependent kind of conversion chance creator.
You hearing that, Ryan? Said Salah.
Going on to you, Ryan. What are you saying, bro? What score
You know
prediction?
what? It's weird because I'm actually confident for the Arsenal game, but then there's something in me saying 1-1 for two reasons. One, because we never win at the Emirates. We hardly win there. So normally a draw, to be fair, when I think
It's
about
true. That is true.
it. And also, there's another reason as well. I shouldn't say it on here. I'll tell you off stream minute, but like,
Say no.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I just got a 1-1 in my head.
All right, Sonny.
2-0. I'm confident, man. I'm confident because you say we don't really go to the Emirates and win, but we need to remember, like, this is a different team. Like, we've got new players in this team, innit? So I think, like I said earlier, I think Kabak and Phillips still haven't conceded yet together. I think that's true. And if they go for this game as a clean sheet, that's 4 in a row. 4 in a row clean sheets for every game they played. So I'm going for it. 2-0.
Things you love to see.
You know what, bruv? Enigmatic, bruv. Yeah, I'm on it, bruv. I'm jumping on that train, bruv. 2-0. I'm on this, bruv. He said, yeah, you know what? If they can keep a clean sheet, yo, I'll be back. I'm DMing Rian, like, bruv.
Benzema better get ready, man.
Yeah, for real. Listen, let me read some of these comments out before we get out of here. And shout out Jamie Lane, who said minute silence for Claude on Saturday. I think, yeah, that's trust me, that's really big. I actually want to take some time out and say, listen, my condolences and my thoughts to Claude's family. Obviously, his passing yesterday, I think it was really kind of moved all of us, and all of us kind of content creators and stuff. Do you know what I mean? That hits home. So yeah, listen, our thoughts are with Claude and with Claude's family. Right, Klopp, shout out Klopp Talk TV. I'm expecting us sloppy against Arsenal with 3 weeks of no football and lack of match sharpness, but Madrid game we will be silky, bro. I don't know, bro. I hope not. I hope to the latter part, but I hope not, man. We need to spank these guys. Ishmasters, we need Trent crossing them balls in for Jota to bang them headers.
Jota's been carrying Ronaldo, man.
Hey, bro, someone check his lumbar side, man, because, like, trust me, he's been carrying, man. Robertson in overdrive right now, trust me. We need Genie in the Real Madrid game. That's what I think, but some people think not. We'll get back to that. Genie is captain. He will play versus Real Madrid.
Please no. Please no. I never want to see Ronaldo
need
as captain, man.
for Genie to start against Madrid, and his ball retention is key. Come on, dude. Wow. You know this is my channel, innit? We are always dreadful after international breaks. Come on, Sonny. Trust me. And it look like you look like you've been spitting bars over a grind beat with your mic. Yeah, bruv. Yeah, don't get me started. Let me just throw on that beat again.
The intro, man. You can do that over the intro.
The intro again, and we'll go. Trust me. It's just saying, R.I.P. Claude and Ravi. Big up, good show, lads. Nice to hear real Liverpool talk. I think that's an absolutely sick comment to end the show with. Listen, guys, thank you ever so much, man. We ran over just because, bruv, chattings and it's been absolutely live, man. Sorry I haven't kept any of you, but listen, thank you again. Finn, my guy, make sure you see this face because he's going to be doing a lot of work on his channel, man. He's my guy, bro. Sonny, thank you very much for coming through.
Pleasure, man.
Hope you'll come through again and then we can chop it up again. Guys, please make sure you're going over to Sonny's channel and showing him some love, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Come on. I don't think like I've had anyone that I've actually enjoyed talking about more opposing views than you, man. I love having you on, bro. Like, and I hope,
man. Respect.
Trust me, I hope it's been the same for you, man. I hope you like the ball, man. Cool. Listen, guys, have a good one. I'll be back. And thank you for stopping in and chat. You lot have been mad. Honestly, like, thank you, bro. The chat has been absolutely popping. Guys, it's been nice. Saint LFC gang.